Hello and welcome back to the Awesome Baduk Masterclass. Um, I am currently in week two. This is the third game that we have been given, and it is game two of the finals of Ichirikiryo versus Shiaka in the recent In Cup. And it's a really interesting game. So the review has been posted by Awesome Paduk, and this time is Cho Yonu, the GoPro Yonu, has her own YouTube channel, but also makes content for Awesome Paduk. And I've followed her for quite a while, and I've been a fan of hers, so definitely enjoy the review. It's a very short review. I'm going to be linking it in the description. It's only 10 minutes long, but it covers a lot of things. And I also did my own independent AI analysis just to answer some of the questions that I had. So let's jump into the game and go over some of the things here. This, as I thought, is a blue spot. This is definitely an AI move. So it's definitely something to think about when you have Star Point and you have this. You can play here, and AI really likes this. Maybe this is a trend that people should be following. So here, yeah, you want to answer immediately because if black gets another move at p16, it's going to be too much. So like this is very severe. And I agree with that. So after this, we get this, and then here, this is also an AI move. This was my blue spot on my Katago, so that makes very much sense to me. Playing these kind of forcing moves on the outside that kind of sprinkle stones on the board, it's kind of nice, and I feel like that's kind of the idea when you see this move and you don't live, right? I think that's the idea behind this. So my AI wants to play here now. And the point behind M16 is not immediately obvious to amateurs and Q players, I think, because it's like, what is this stone even doing on the outside, right? You're just gonna add a move here and the whole corner's dead. And it's like, yeah, that's true, but now this stone is kind of in a nice spot to be limiting the influence of this area. Um, and I think that this is not a bad idea, honestly. Once you kind of get out of the whole I need to save this group, I think moves like M16 make a lot of sense. I still would feel kind of uncomfortable giving up the entire corner like this, but it makes a lot of sense once you think like, oh, I mean, this was already black's corner. I got these two moves on the outside, and um, these moves will be productive. I think that's very interesting to think about. But I think amateurs feel very uncomfortable giving black this structure, right? I think that professionals don't really care, and it's really cool to see. So, what is the point of this move? Well, White gets this forcing move later on, and honestly, it's not a good exchange. My AI didn't like it. I didn't really feel like it was right. When you play this M16, I don't think that you're threatening more forcing moves on the outside. You're threatening more forcing. You're threatening something on the inside, right? I feel like if you play M16, you're threatening moves from the inside of the group. But what's being threatened? Well, okay, so if we take these two moves off and you play this, the way to go here is this kind of idea, and then if you want to get out, you either have to push at N18 or jump at M18. If you do this, um, you're just gonna die, right? And it's not going to be very useful. So, um, if you try to jump out, then black can like run you this way, and there's this F18 stone, and it feels really awful. Um, yeah, you're just gonna live pathetically on the side, and black is super huge. And now this stone is like, what is this? What is this stone doing? I guess you can play like Q10 or something and try to limit the influence, but you're probably gonna live in Gote, right? Very, very unlikely that you're going to be able to grab Sente here. Um, so the idea here behind M16 is that when black plays here, you get to do this. And after this exchange happens, right? Um, now, uh, this is a lot stronger, and you can go about doing this. This M18, I believe, is has some real issues now. Um, and even if they kill these stones, you're going to make, uh, like the outside now is a lot better for white, right? Like if you just play moves like this, the outside looks a lot better for white than it did before. Um, and if you say go like this, you'll be able to play here. And now, if black plays here, you can just after this cut, you're gonna live, and there's Aji on the outside. Um, and if black just plays here, then now you are alive in Sente, and you can take a Tenuki. So you can play a move on the upper side, or something like this. I think my AI wants to play something like this. Um, something in this kind of vicinity. Um, and black is supposed to like exchange a forcing move here to make sure that you live and then do stuff. As far as I understand. But yeah, this move was a mistake, and it's nice to know that the your intuition of it being a mistake, even though you haven't read the sequences out, like your intuition's like this doesn't feel like it's consistent with this move, right? M17. If you play M16, you're usually trying to get a response from black, and pushing from the outside and making your one stone into two stones here doesn't feel very good. It feels a little bit heavy. It feels like you're not really accomplishing anything. Like this exchange, all it serves to do is kill these stones and give you like another stone that you've committed to. It doesn't feel right. So then here we can go a little further. Um, yeah, very interesting that these are all like moves that like this move was blue spot for white, and there's a lot that I don't understand here still. I think um, we're just trying to understand the key points of the game here. Uh, I think that one of the key things that I've been realizing in these three games that have happened so far is that the person who loses is usually making some kind of slack moves, and not focusing on the correct area. There's like a very clear moment where the tides turn, and it's after this whole sequence. Shiaka kind of lets White off easy by just taking the corner here by thinking that he's ahead. Um, and then after this, this move is my AI did not like this move, and then my AI really didn't like this move, and then after this, my AI hated this move because this move is very strong. So it's a very very weird set of circumstances where this, and then here, where these moves were labeled to be quite slow for my AI. Um, and then but this move is very very powerful. It destabilizes the whole group, um, and it's nice to see that uh, Q8 and R8 don't make sense to me. Like I understand that they are trying to attack the white group and pressure locally, and then R9 is just such a nice move to see, and it's nice to know that like the first two moves weren't very highly recommended, and then the this move definitely was, because white should just connect. Um, okay, so then this happens, and then here. Uh, Here's the important point of the game, and yeah, there's no way that this corner is the correct area to play. So the idea here is that this is the correct position. This is the correct place to play. But really, if you focus on the center, you're going to be doing well, and making this group in the center like healthy and strong and limiting the influence here, and it's kind of like the boundary of two moyos. And if white adds a move here, right, and then this is the blue spot, and now you're attacking the white group that you've destabilized on the side, and it feels very logically consistent, right? Because like you're applying pressure to the group that you have have destabilized, and while you're doing that, you're helping your own group. After this whole sequence happens on the side, it's not the end of the world, but this is apparently blue spot, and I was like, okay, that's very surprising. But really, the mistake here is playing M9. My AI hated M9 and N9. It's like, what are you defending here? You're defending these two stones, but it doesn't feel like this is the important thing, right? I don't think that these stones really matter too much. Maybe white can push through and link up, and maybe that's what you're worried about. But just playing here is what AI recommends, and I think that makes a lot of sense. Even if white can push through, you're gaining a lot here, I think, um, and I think that's definitely worth um, thinking about. Is that like the important thing is these stones, not these stones. These stones, like I feel like you're going to push out and connect up, but then you swallow these two stones on a pretty big scale. That's quite large. These stones no longer have any issues. They have all the power on the board, and now I feel like black can be very comfortable. But instead, we have this, and then the AI has a lot of things to say about this fight. For example, my AI recommends this move. There's a lot of interesting little details in this fight. The AI didn't like this, and also thought that this was a mistake, and then uh, didn't like this. But I think that very interestingly, like the AI also thought that these moves were strange. I also thought these were strange. So I'm glad that you know that this kind of is making the AI trip out, because I'm also like very confused about these moves. Um, and then we get to this, and this is also like a mistake according to the AI, and it makes a lot of sense. This exchange not so good, and you see later on it comes back to bite white, black in the. It comes back to bite black, right? Because like it connects, it forces these stones to connect. Um, but instead, if you play these moves, black I think is very comfortable now, and I think there's no place to overturn the game anymore. But because uh, black made these slack moves, right? Or sorry, forcing white to connect like this. Now, this whole like cool. Also, the AI hated this, but um, there's a whole this wedge is like so cool, and I'm glad that Yonu also highlighted this in her review. It was a uh, very good wedge, and I'd never seen that before, so it was really cool to see. And then we get this whole sequence, and now it's just Jover for black. There's just nothing, right? There's just nothing here. Yeah, and yeah, it's such a cool game. There's a lot of interesting moments. Um, yeah, a lot of things to go over. It was very difficult to memorize. A lot of things didn't make sense to me, and still don't. But I'm glad that I got something out of this game. It's really cool to be able to review it. Uh, yeah, so hopefully you'll enjoy it. The next game looks like it's a game from this year with Kumanji, so I will be memorizing and replaying that soon. All right, cool. Thank you.